Hi friends, welcome. So today's video is 10 incredibly creepy mysteries from India. Amazing and exciting, isn't it? So yes friends, before we go ahead and watch this, if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. And if you haven't clicked the bell icon yet, make sure you click the bell icon so that you get notified as soon as we upload a new video. And after watching the video, if you like it, click the like button and share it with your friends and family. So I'm really excited, guys, to find out what are those 10 incredibly creepy mysteries from India. I don't even know even a single one. And they're talking about 10. So amazing. So let's go ahead and watch it.
India has been called the land of mysteries since time immemorial, whether for its various enigmatic natural phenomena or eccentricities associated with its religions and culture. And while science has worked hard to debunk and find a logical reason behind every riddle, there still remain some that give rationalists a run for their money. Number 10. The Village of Twins. There are some places in the world that just take everything science thinks it knows and shreds that rule book to pieces. One such place is a small, unprepossessing village in India, which boasts a birth rate of twins so high it borders on the impossible. On the surface, there's nothing remarkable about Kodini, a modest settlement in Kerala, India. It's home to around 2,000 families. But the remarkable thing is that there are at least 400 pairs of twins in those families. What's the explanation for this one then? Science? In short, there really isn't one. Not that scientists haven't tried. Experts who have visited the remote tropical village of Kodini in Kerala have been left scratching their heads over the phenomenon that has seen almost 6 times as many twins born than the global average. It is estimated that the number of twins born in the village is increasing every year, and no one really knows why. Number 9. The Jodhpur Boom. In the quaint town of Jodhpur, Rajasthan, residents were preparing for bed, while others were already asleep when they were jolted out of their stupor by a terrific boom. It was so loud that it sent panic waves among the scared residents that they were under some sort of attack. The citizens were concerned about the sound and asked around about it, but it soon turned out that no planes had been flying over the area and no explosions had taken place. The source of the Jodhpur boom was a complete mystery. The weirdest part is that it appears that the entire month was littered with strange, unexplained booms all over the world, from United Kingdom to Texas. Were these strange sounds all over the world connected somehow? Was it some strange new weapon, or an alien attack, or maybe even a mere coincidence? Perhaps one day we'll find out. Number 8. The 9 Unknown Men. The 9 unknown men are to India what the Illuminati is to the Western world, but even more pervasive and mysterious. According to legend, this powerful secret society was found by Emperor Asoka in 273 BC after a bloody battle that took the lives of 100,000 men. The function of the 9 unknown men was to preserve and develop the sort of secret information that would be too dangerous in the hands of the uninitiated. Each of the 9 was tasked with holding a special book of knowledge, ranging from propaganda to microbiology. Some of them are even said to hold the secrets of anti-gravity and time travel. Occasionally, some of this precious information leaks out into the world. For instance, it is said that the martial art of judo was based on leaks from the Book of Physiology. The number of unknown men is always 9, and their undisguised contacts with the outside world are few and far between. Much like the Illuminati, there are many rumors about their current and past members. Strangely enough, not all of them are Indian. The unknown men are apparently spread all over the world, with some of them allegedly holding very prominent positions. Among suspected members of the 9 unknown are the influential 10th century Pope Sylvester II and Vikram Sarabhi, the scientist who created India's budding space program. Number 7. The Great Taj Mahal Conspiracy. For centuries, the Taj Mahal has been recognized as the glittering triumph of Mughal architecture and a flamboyant monument to romantic love. Commissioned in 1623 by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan, the white marble masterpiece in Agra was designed as an epic mausoleum for his favorite wife, Mumtaz Mahal. Or was it? According to some theories, Taj Mahal had been constructed in 1155, before Muslim invaders came to India, and said it had originally been a temple called Tejo Mahalaya, dedicated to the Hindu god Shiva. While this may seem far-fetched to those of us who like Taj Mahal as it is, it's worth noting that Indian royalty have a history of capturing enemy temples and mansions and repurposing them into tombs for their loved ones. Is Taj Mahal the ultimate display of romance? Just a giant lie created by shoddy historians and propagandists? Until the Indian government agrees to open the sealed rooms within the building so they can be thoroughly investigated by experts, the mystery remains. Number 6. The cursed village of Kuldhara. A little over 20 kilometers to the west of the desert town of Jaisalmer in Rajasthan lies Kuldhara. As one takes the dusty road that leads to it, you can notice the scant presence of human existence. The vegetation is minimal. The meek straying goats have probably feasted on the last bits. When you reach the ruined gates of the town, Kuldhara stands desolate, and an uncanny silence prevails all around. This village was abandoned by its people 200 years ago. But why? For over 500 years, the village of Kuldhara was populated by about 1,500 residents. One night, they all disappeared. They didn't die or get abducted or anything. They just left. The reason for their sudden evacuation is lost in time. Some say they fled the taxation of an oppressive ruler, while others weave a tale of young lovers and the girl's angry father who was a big shot at the village. Whatever the actual cause of desertion, one thing is generally agreed upon. When the villagers left, they cursed the area so that no one may live there ever again. According to legend, all who tried died a brutal death. Some of the people who have died in there are said to still haunt the village, according to paranormal investigators who have experienced some very strange events in the place. It remains deserted to this very day, and no one has even considered repopulating it for a long time. Number 5. Magnetic Hill. Whether you are an avid traveler or a hardcore rider who loves to explore new trails on a bike, Ladakh in India is the thing you will be familiar with. And since this tourist destination has a distinct hype among travelers, you must have also heard about the Magnetic Hills. Known to pull the vehicles, this magnificent hill lies on the way from Srinagar to Leh Highway. Believe it or not, this small stretch of Magnetic Hill perfectly defines the phenomenon of gravity. To confirm the fact, you can turn off your car, and while on neutral, you will realize that your car is moving without your efforts at the speed of 12.5 miles per hour. However, there are many stories related to Magnetic Hill. Some are superstitious. Interesting, isn't it? Number 4. Immortal beings of the Himalayas. In many mythologies, mountains are natural homes to divine and immortal beings. As such, it's no surprise that the world's mightiest mountain range, the Himalayas, is subject to whisperings of mysterious beings hidden away in the valleys of the mountains. One popular legend among practitioners of various New Age soul-searching methods is Gyan Ganj. Gyan Ganj is believed to be an antediluvian Indian and Tibet tale of a city kingdom of enigmatic eternal beings that remained concealed from the world. However, the immortal, enlightened sadhus and mahatmas that inhabit it are all too happy to let in a visitor every now and then, perhaps even sharing some of their wisdom with them. Many influential gurus and mystics have claimed the source of their knowledge of the arcane comes from visits to this mysterious place. Number 3. The Boobli. Have you ever heard about the unsolved mystery of Boobli? This is not a tale, but a case of the mysterious existence of a cryptic cat, as explained by the residents of Pune. Popularly known as the ghost cat, the Boobli is a creature which is said to have been reported in an area near Pune. At times, local residents in the area have reported about having seen the ghost cat consuming up to 45 pigeons and a goat on different timings. The sightings of the unusual cat have been reported in an area known as Sanjay Park, which is 100 miles away from Mumbai. According to eyewitnesses, it's fat and broad with a long tail, black in color, has a face like a dog, and back like a mongoose. Its size is described as smaller than a lion, but bigger than a hyena. To date, no one knows what the creature really is. Number 2. The Kongka La Pass UFO base. Unidentified flying objects, UFOs, or extraterrestrial objects have always fascinated mankind. The curiosity to know about other life has made the area around Kongka La Pass quite mysterious. Kongka La Pass is a low-ridge, disputed pass that bifurcates the Indian and the Chinese borders. It is also the pass on which the India-China War was fought in 1962. No permanent settlements, an entirely inaccessible region, and a no man's land are what Kongka La Pass encompasses. Reportedly, the Kongka La Pass holds a series of massive hidden underground constructs that UFOs, particularly those of the flying saucer type, use as their base of operations. Many travelers and residents of nearby areas have claimed that UFOs are a common sight in the area, rising from their underground layers and descending back once they've done whatever it is UFOs go out to do. People say both Chinese and Indian governments are very aware of what's going on, and may even be cooperating with the extraterrestrials said to pilot the mysterious airships. Indeed, Google Earth has revealed that some supposed underground entrances have what look a lot like military facilities built around them. Number 1. Shanti Devi. Shanti Devi was born in a happy Delhi family in 1930s. However, she didn't stay happy for long. When she was 4 years old, she started insisting that her mother and father were not her true parents. She claimed that her name was actually Luji, and her true family lived in a completely different city. She claimed she had died giving birth to a child, and gave very specific information on her husband and family life. Shanti's worried parents set out to find if there was any meaning behind their daughter's outlandish claims, and what they found out was truly unnerving. A young woman named Ludgi Devi had indeed died in childbirth at the time, and in the town Shanti had specified, and the family and relatives she had described very much existed. When she eventually met her husband from a previous life, she recognized him instantly and acted like a mother towards his child. The newspapers soon became interested, and authorities as revered as Mahatma Gandhi were soon keenly watching Shanti's case. It turned out that she was not only able to remember her past lives, but she could also remember the time in between lives, that is, the afterlife. She claimed to have met Lord Krishna during these layovers between her lives. The Lord tasked her with spreading the story of her experiences, which is why she was able to remember. Shanti Devi went on to be a scholar, teacher, and student of religion. For over 60 years, she embraced all major and quite a few minor religions' teachings, trying to determine the universal truth behind them all, which was presumably the great mission she was given. Hundreds of researchers and scientists put her claims of reincarnation memories to the test, but no one was ever able to prove her a fake. Thank you so much for watching.
So wow, friends, this was amazing. I didn't know any one of them, not a single one. Though, yes, no, sorry. I did know one, which is the magnetic field. Because my dad, he took our whole family, which is, mom and my brother, for a vacation to Leh and Ladakh. So I still remember that when we were traveling in a, what do you call those, army kind of jeeps. The person who was driving, that soldier, he did tell us about a magnetic field, and he said that it goes on its own, the car goes on its own. And we were quite small, so I can't remember, but this reminds me, and I'm going to ask my dad. I do remember he took us there, and then he stopped the car, and I think the car moved. I can't remember, did it move up or did it go down? That I can't remember. But I do remember going there, but we were so young that we were more into being naughty and, not listening to what they were telling. But I still remember this part now, once he talked, because I remember this, and then another incident that I remember was they also have a hill or a mountain which is full of was it granite, which is a very precious stone? Is it granite that is a precious stone? It's kind
graphite?
No, not graphite. I think it was granite. So though it was a hill full of it, and we went there and we did bring rocks which had those stones in there, and we were like, we'll get those out and we'll make jewelry out of it. But that's a different story, whether it reached our house or not. That we'll probably tell you some other time. But those are the two things I remember when we went on those vacations to Leh and Ladakh. So yes, this magnetic hill, I have visited there. And about Shanti Devi, I didn't know about that. And you were nodding your head throughout.
Yes.
So we need to hear a little bit more because I wasn't clear about what was going on. But that was a fantastic and amazing thing to hear besides others.
Right. I mean, there were a couple of things that I was already aware about in this. The first one was that the village that was disappeared.
Oh.
That was true. The village. The other one was that the King Ashoka had 9 people that he had appointed, were very secretive. They had to do some things. That is also coming from history. And then the fact that under Taj Mahal there was something about Lord Shiva's murtis and Shiva Lingam and other things were
They're saying
found.
there's some closed rooms
So
or something.
that is also readily available on the internet. If you look at it, whenever anybody talks about Taj Mahal, there's always a controversy that there was something else before it, and Lord Shiva. There were a lot of similar things like in Ayodhya also. Only there were Shivas. So Lord Shiva was. Has been around for a long time, and that is the reason there were people who used to believe in him, who remains have been found. Now that is true. Then the other secret about when you go to Himalayas, there is some kind of city or something where there are very powerful people. That is also I've heard about.
Wow.
Now going to the last one, which is
Shanti Devi.
Shanti Devi. That is very common because anytime anybody does a research on saying what is the proof of reincarnation, we read Bhagavad Gita and we read all these things and we are told that we have always been there. It is just that we die and we take rebirth in a different body, and we don't remember, but Lord remembers. So if somebody wanted to dig deeper and say what is the proof of this, is there any proof, and you would come across this article where European researchers, they were baffled about this, that a small child was able to remember so much. The child, first they thought that maybe their parents have taught her something, and to say, but then a lot of research was done and she told things that nobody could imagine, that even parents were kind of not aware. So, and they did go to her old village.
House.
They go to her old village, and she did explain how the village will look and what is the way to go to her home, and that was coming to be true. So she could describe the way to go to her home, her husband, her children, what happened to her. Lot of details that are very impossible for anybody to know. So that was one, and lot of research was done by Western to see if there is fake or something, but they were never able to understand why. And it is also true when the kids are born up to maybe 5-6 years, they remember a lot about their previous life, but
before they learn speaking, right?
But after that point, 5 or 6, then they start forgetting and it's done. So a kid who is born, he remembers things in certain first 5-6 years, and then they forget. So that's what they were saying, that she remembered more. What I did not know is that she spoke about having met Lord Krishna. That I was not aware about, and that Lord Krishna has sent her over here to do that I was not aware of. But the journals that I had read, which were written by Europeans who did research on this, and there were books also that people write, and there are a couple of books where somebody has written about what is the proof of reincarnation, and they talk about many instances around the US, but they say that somehow the instances in India are more. So even that guy says it. I found 1 or 2 instances all the world, but I've seen a lot of instances of this in India, a lot of proof coming out of India. He doesn't know why either, and he mentions about Shanti Devi. So that is one thing that gives some relief, that yes, there's something beyond that we do not understand. There are things that we don't understand, and if you are deep in meditation and you are a little bit an elevated being, your contact with those things may be easier. So that's why many people who have and that's what Bhagavad Gita also says, that when you are ready, I will come. Right? God says that if you're not ready, there's nothing for me to do, but when you are ready, I will come. If I wish, I will show you the path. So what God is saying is, you can keep searching, but when I feel that you are worthy, I will show you the path. So many people, say, oh, I need a guru, I need a guru. But what Bhagavad Gita truly says, when you are worthy, I will send the guru. I will show you the path. I will do everything for you when you are ready. But are you ready? That is the question that you need to work on. So similar way, very nice video. It's beautiful, and there's always a mystery why India seems to have some kind of proof. So it does seem like India obviously has some spiritual connection to higher powers. I'm not saying it because I am Indian. I'm saying it on the basis of what that European guy had written. You can do your research and say, I want proof of reincarnation, and you will come across some of the books that the Europeans have written, and they themselves have said they have found more proof here, even they don't know why. So beautiful video, and I think today I'm having a treat or something in the last couple of days where I'm seeing great videos, and this is a great video because at one point anybody who digs around and searches, they will find a lot of connections with this. And also, yes, there are a lot of theories about some sacred beings who are in the Himalayas, but they are just folk tales, and somebody is able to contact and all that stuff. But the beauty of this is that if you research, many mysteries will come around and you'll be baffled at wow. Most of the people are busy in their daily routine, so they don't really care. But if you ever get time and you start digging more, sometimes I feel that maybe God is asking you to dig. So sometimes when you're sitting idle and you start doing some digging, it's maybe there's some force that is asking you to dig further. And that's what that European person was saying, that he said that, I am from the West, but I don't know why I just want to keep looking at this. Something happens and then that guy actually had a PhD in paranormal. So he from a very young age, he decided to go that path of PhD and everything, and then he goes to many places where people said there's a mental asylum, but he seems to. So he met many people around the world in mental asylums and thought, they are not mental, they just have some ability and people don't agree, so they put them into the mental asylum, and some of them even died. So he mentions over there that anytime some genius guy was born who had some connections and stuff, people at the time in the olden days, they got scared and they just shunned that guy, put in mental asylum, tried to kill. And there were many examples. I forgot, there was some example that Rishi was telling me that this guy was a genius, but in the French Revolution he was killed. So I was like, oh my God, this guy is such a genius guy. Why did they kill him in the French Revolution? Because they simply were scared with his powers and his abilities. So anyhow, this is a very good video.
So yes guys, beautiful video, and oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's something to think about, and I hope these mysteries get solved. Somebody is able to do them, because unless and until it's solved, it still is going to remain a mystery. Yeah. But beautiful video to watch. So okay guys, we'll take your leave and we'll come back again in another video very soon. Till then, take care and bye-bye.
Oh, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so it notifies you when I put in my new video for you to enjoy. Bye!